Greetings, welcome back to Cube Plays Minecraft. My name is Cubulous, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is my single-player vanilla survival series. Thank you for joining me. I have some very big plans for today. Today is going to be my very first Q&A episode ever. I'm very, very excited about it. And what we're going to do while we do the Q&A is we're also going to get to building. Now, you may be wondering, why am I tearing down this wheat farm? Well, I will tell you why. Somebody, excuse me, somebody in the last episode pointed out that my main forward operating base is probably too far away to have this chunk loaded in. So while I'm over there working, the wheat will not be growing. So that's a bad thing. So what we need to do is we're going to relocate over there. And while we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about the other plans I have for today while we answer questions. But first, I would really like this cow to get out of the water and come with me. Come on, buddy. Okay, that's a bit of a failure. What about you? Do you like wheat? Yeah, you like wheat. Come on, we need your friend, though. Come on, come on. Why can this guy not get out of the water? Is he stuck? There we go. Okay, guys, I need both of you. Oh, look, a bonus. A third cow. Excellent. Okay, so just as a review, just as a reminder of what this series is about, the plans for this series are initially to build a Victorian-era kind of Jane Austen-like city. Kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, if you've seen that show. You know how they wear the fancy wigs and they have the fancy classic architecture? I want to build a city based around that idea. Oh, I hope we can make it across this water. And then, after we've built several structures and sailing ships, we're going to transition to a sci-fi setting. Now, you may be saying, Cubulous, do those two styles go together? And I think they do. And here's why I think they do. If you've ever seen The Avengers, which I'm sure most of you have, it was directed by a man named Joss Whedon, and he created a TV show that was canceled, sadly, canceled way before it should have been, a TV show called Firefly. And in Firefly, he would juxtapose barns, people riding horses, and old school architecture and ways of life with science fiction. So you'd have people riding around on horses on planets, but then you'd also have them getting in spaceships and taking off. And it was so cool. But what made the series the most exciting was the fact that it was about the characters. If you saw and you liked The Avengers, one of the things you may have liked was that the characters were interesting, they were well developed, they had interesting dialogue with each other. You are the one that likes to stay in the water, huh? There was really cool action, and the humor was hilarious. It was just an insanely entertaining movie, and that's what Firefly's like. So if you liked The Avengers, I really think you'll like Firefly, and I highly suggest checking it out if you have the means. So what we're going to start with today, I'm going to roleplay it up a bit and pretend that I've just arrived here, and that, you know how I already built a cave? Well, we're not going to live in the cave. Wow, that took you long enough, stupid cow. We are actually going to live in a sailing ship. So I've designed a sailing ship in Creative, and we are going to build it today while we do the Q&A session. Doesn't that sound fun? I think that's going to be really fun. So let's go ahead and get to the question and answers, shall we? While we take these cows over to the forward operating base. First question is from Shmize. Shmize is a really cool guy that designs the emotes for my Twitch channel. And his question for me is, the last month must have been crazy for you. You've gained so much attention on the internet, and I was wondering how that changed your life so far. And I don't mean work hours or juggling a normal job and starting a YouTube career. I'm more interested in how your overall happiness changed with almost 17,000 people caring about you and your life and enjoying watching and listening to you. You know, it's an amazing question. Oh, and the sun's going to go down soon. But we have a bed on us so we can sleep. Here's how I'd answer that question. It's made me very happy. There are definitely a lot of things I don't do very well in life. I'm an unorganized person. I'm not very good at administrative tasks. I'm not good at saying I'll do something then following through. But one thing I am good at is, I think, if I may be so humble, is interacting with people And I find it really easy to love different kinds of people from all over the world, no matter what you believe, or no matter where you're from, no matter what you like. I'm genuinely interested in people, and I love getting to know people, even though I'm an introvert, which I know sounds crazy. Like, I'm the type of person that at a party will just sit in the corner and not want to talk to anyone. But that's what's great about the YouTube career, is that I can have interactions with you guys, and I don't know, I'm just not as socially awkward here on the internet as I sometimes am in real life, IRL. So it's been really fun for me to get to know so many of you and to get such positive feedback from all of you. Obviously, when you have hundreds of comments on your videos telling you how amazing you are, that's got to be fun. Something that everyone talks about is that you also get negative comments, and you get people who don't like you. People complain about what you do. People demand things of you without saying please. People spam you with the same question over and over again until you answer. But you know what, though? I don't mind that. Like, I actually like communicating with the people who do that, and I like talking with them and trying to find common ground, come to a consensus. I've had a lot of fun doing that. There have definitely been some people who have abused me. There have been some people who have tried to hurt me. I've hurt a few people too, so it hasn't been the smoothest ride. I'm not perfect, and neither are they, but that comes with the territory. That's part of life, and my happiness has actually grown from doing YouTube. So thank you to all of you and the part you've played in that. Next question comes from Dixie or Dixie, and he asks, what is your favorite or most memorable childhood moment? And I'd have to say, when I went to see Return of the Jedi in the movie theater. I was really young when Star Wars came out. In fact, so young I don't ever remember seeing it in the movie theater. And I don't remember seeing The Empire Strikes Back in the movie theater. But I do remember seeing Return of the Jedi. I remember the speeder bikes, and I remember how cool the Ewoks were when I was a kid. And I remember Jabba the Hutt, and I remember Lando Calrissian turning into a good guy and saving the day. I remember Han Solo coming back to life. They unfroze him. I was so happy because he's my favorite character. I remember Luke Skywalker having that cool green lightsaber. I remember him, you know, jumping off the gangplank or whatever you call it, and then flipping up, and R2-D2 shooting his lightsaber into the air, and then he lands and he catches it, like just the coolest guy in the universe, and then he starts fighting with his lightsaber. So cool, just like, you know, like pirates, man, like space pirates. So and I was still pretty young when that came out, but I remember how excited I was coming out of the movie theater. Oh look, it's good to see Ayla. I think what we're gonna do is put the cows in with Ayla for now. I hope Ayla doesn't mind. Come on. So that was a really great childhood memory, coming out of the movie theater and going home, and I went with some neighbors, and I went home and told my parents all about what I'd seen, and I was just so freaking excited. So just the magic of childhood and the magic of Star Wars, and how it's inspired so many people to be creative, inspired filmmakers to make movies, and I'm kind of a movie maker now myself. I make YouTube videos, so, and look what I'm doing. I'm making this area into a space western, just like Star Wars was. So there you go. Next question, Beans, what is your FOV? My field of view? We'll answer that right now. My field of view is 80. There you go, mate. Alright, I decided to make the cows a separate place of living, just so Ayla wouldn't have to put up with their smelly nature. Hi, cow. Let's go ahead and start breeding these lovely creatures. Oh, look, it's our first baby cow. Hi, baby cow. All right. Very good, nice. Very good, nice. All right, now we need to cut down a few trees and get some wood in preparation for placing the ship. And I think I'm going to put the ship right down here somewhere. Right? Does that sound like a good idea? Let's go looking over here. Next question, Kate Black. Your musical skills are good. Where can we get your music? Well, Kate, I have plans to make my music available to anyone who would like to download it. In fact, I just made a SoundCloud page. Oh, are you kidding me? There's cows down there. I'm going to have to go get them. I gots to do it. I went all that way for cows. Oh, we need to plant some crops too. Oh, do you know what? I really need these sheep too. Let's go ahead and gather these sheep and cows while we have a moment. Come on, sheepy. Okay, so I made a SoundCloud page, and the thing is, I can't promise that the music will be available anytime soon. I'd like it to be, but I have to actually finish Hello Cave. Oh, scared me. I'd like the music to be available sooner than later, but what I really need to do... Great, we're never going to get out of here, are we? Let's go ahead and just take these bad boys over here. We're never going to get up this hill before... Well, at least we have a bed with us. What I'd really like to do is finish a lot of the songs and then put them up on my SoundCloud page, and then they'll be available for download for everybody. But for example, the Flyboys theme that I wrote, it is not even close to being finished. Everything you hear, whenever you watch an episode of Flyboys, you hear everything I've written for that song. And I have ideas to make it into a full song. So I have some work to do. So the soonest my music will be up for download probably won't be until maybe late summer. So it's going to be a while, but I'll let you know when that happens. But I appreciate the compliment about my music, and I definitely love writing music. And I plan on writing many more songs to come. Alright, next question. My question, this is from Red Jagoon, and he says, my question for the Q&A is, what is your favorite animal? Well, Red Jagoon, I'm glad you asked. My favorite animal is the falcon. Now, I don't know much about falcons. All I know is that they're birds of prey, and they're really cool. I like that they're kind of at the top of their own food chain. They survive, and they can fly wherever they want. That aspect of freedom is really important to me in life. My motto in life is live and let live. I don't believe in telling other people what to do, and I hate it when people tell me what to do. I can't stand it. Let's see. Are these guys going to be able to make it up here? I guess we'll find out soon enough. Let's at least get some of these sheep up here. This is nuts. So yeah, I like falcons. I think they're really cool looking animals. And if I could choose any animal to be other than human, I would definitely choose to be a falcon. Alright, the next question is from Pyro Monkey. Hi, Pyro Monkey. And Pyro Monkey asks, what type of music do you like? Well, the type of music I like good music. It's kind of a silly answer. I like music that I like. That's my best answer. Basically, what that means is that I don't have a specific genre that I like. I don't rule out types of music just because it's a certain style. For example, there's country music that I love. There is... Oh, this is going to be very helpful. Let's see. We need to make a farm. Let's do it over here. There's jazz music that I love. There's music from all genres that I love. But if I had to choose, if you pressed me and I had to choose a certain type of genre that I absolutely love, well, there's two of them. And those genres are electronic dance music and rock and roll. In fact, if you come to my streams, that is primarily the main kind of music that I play on my streams. Rock and roll music and electronic dance music. So if I had to choose a favorite, it would be those. I like electronic dance music because it's beautiful. Like the people who make it, whether it be deadmau5 or Tiesto or any number of people, I feel like they spend a lot of time really thinking through the chord progressions and thinking through the melodies and making what you hear beautiful. It's beautiful to hear. But it's also danceable, which I think is really cool. I love dancing. Mainly I love dancing around my friends. I don't really dance around strangers a whole lot unless my friends are there. So anyhow, there you go. I also really like 90s music because when I was in high school, it was the 90s. Oops, we're out of seeds. But not just any kind of 90s music. I like good 90s music. I like good music. And by good music, I mean basically what that means is music that sounds good to me. I don't judge other people on their preference of music, and I never have, and I never will. Because we all have different tastes. And I think it's silly to judge someone on something so trivial. Right, Mr. Bunny? Hi. Alright, the next thing we need to start doing is chopping down trees. So let's do that and collect some saplings. Let's see, do we have any oak saplings in here? Do you see any? Am I missing anything? I don't believe I see any. So let's go ahead and cut down this oak tree out here. Hello, Mr. Oak Tree. You are the beginning of a forest of oak. You will be the first in a long line of oak wood. I hope you are proud of your role. Okay, next question is from Michael Dondoyano. He says, I know Minecraft is one of your favorite games. It is. I was wondering, are there other games you like? Do you plan on starting a series of any of those in the near future? Yes. Yes, I am so excited. If I can just stop procrastinating. The series that I'm most excited about right now, hopefully will happen in the next 2 weeks. I've really wanted to do a city building series on my channel. I wish SimCity was a better game. I would do SimCity, but SimCity just has way too many flaws. The plot sizes are way too small for me. It is not ambitious enough for me. EA really messed that game up, and it's the most disappointing thing in my life right now. Well, as far as gaming goes. So a new game is coming out called Cities XXL, and if it gets good reviews, I am going to get it, and we are going to do a series on it. Also, of course, you know I have Starbound, which I plan on continuing on my channel. And then, as far as other series go, I don't have anything planned as of yet, but I will be sure to let you know. But I'm most excited about the city building series. Other games I play Counter-Strike Go. I'm not really prepared to do a series on that yet because I'm not very good at it, so I don't think it would be a very good series. But my plan is to improve every week and play as much as possible, so that maybe one day I can revive my Cube Does PvP series, and CSGO hopefully will be a regular in the rotation in that series. In that series I've played like Titanfall, and I played Battlefield, and I've played mini games, so hopefully that series will make a comeback soon. Alright, the next question comes from ProNerdJ, and his question is, how do you manage and mitigate the pressure of your audience? Do you ever feel like you let them down on days you don't record or work on your channel? This is an amazing question. It's truly a blessing to have an audience that cares so much about you that they ask for videos. I mean, that is just a privilege and an honor, and something I would never complain about. Like, if people nag me to do certain series, or people, I don't know if nag is the right word, but if people remind me frequently to upload, I definitely don't mind that. And like I said, I'm honored. But I do feel bad when I can't do a video for one reason or another. And then I lose some subscribers because of that, or maybe people start to get disappointed in me. But I'll tell you what, though, for the most part, with the exception of maybe one person even, I have not had anybody complain about the frequency of my output. I would like to put out more videos. I would love to be able to put out a video a day, but it's just not something I'm capable of doing yet. As I said in a Flyboys video, I am taking more time off of work so that I can do that. And hopefully I'll be in a more regular schedule, and you'll know what to expect from me. But as of right now, I'm really trying to just work with myself and my procrastinating nature, and I'm trying to do my best. Hi, Apple. To get to a position mentally and emotionally where I can put out regular content. But you guys have been really nice, so to be honest, I haven't really had to deal with any sort of negative feedback or any sort of pressure. Alright, this next question comes from Swagget. And Swagget asks, what sports do you play or watch? And what are your favorite teams? This is a great question. I love sports. And my favorite team is the Utah Jazz. Here, I live in Utah. Here in Utah, we don't have many options as far as sports goes. We do have a Major League Soccer team, or for the rest of the world, football. And I do enjoy seeing them on occasion, but I really love the Utah Jazz. They are the largest professional sports organization in my state, and pretty much the only one. Well, like I said, Major League Soccer also counts, but I didn't grow up with them, so I'm not really into that as much as I maybe should or could be. I also like college football. The University of Utah, they are my team. The Utes, I love them, and I root for them all the time. As far as what sports I play, I like to play basketball. I'm not good at it by any means, but I really do enjoy it. And I'd say it's the sport I'm best at, other than cycling. I'm not too bad at cycling, but I'm not good either. Both of them are just hobbies, if you know what I mean. Okay, next question comes from Fishfine. And Fishfine's question is, hey Cube, Mike, oh, that's probably not gonna work there. He says, hey Cube, or she says, I'm sorry if you are a female or a male and I'm not getting your gender right. My question is, what is your favorite style of building? Mine is darker colors with a bit of Victorian styles. That's what we're building in the series, but I also love to try new things. My favorite style of building is modern. I love it. In fact, on my Attack of the B-Team series, which is now sadly ended, I built a modern house. Not just any modern house, but kind of a modern mansion. And I loved it. So much fun. I think that'll do for now. I don't want to go overkill. So that's my favorite style of building. But, you know, like... Oh, yeah, and the dance club and the fire station on the Flyboy server. Those are pretty modern as well. Alright. This is going to seem crazy, but I think I found a place for the boat. I think I want it down here. I know it's not in that cool cove. I think we're going to put a bigger ship in that cove at some point. But right now, I'm thinking I want my ship to go right here. It's not a very big one. And then I'll build like a little bridge over to there, and then I can go up into my base. Okay, so then you have a nice view of the ocean. And there's going to be like a giant fort right up there. It's going to be cool. I think it's going to look really good. Alright, so we have made a little bit of progress on the hull. I need a crafting table, and I don't want to make another one. I have so many. So let's go back and get one. The next question is from Morgan Colagiovanni. And Morgan flatters me with the question. Her question is, or his question, let me know, I'm sorry, if you are male or female. Morgan's question is, how did you get so good at building? Well, first of all, thank you for thinking that I'm good at building. That's very flattering. Don't I have an extra crafting table? Do I really not have one? There's got to be one out here, right? Oh boy. Nope. Okay, well, let's go ahead and make one. Should we let's just take this one with us. I would say that if you want to be a good builder, then there are a few things you need to do. Number one, you need to realize that your initial builds may not be that great, but you need to have the confidence to keep building. You can't just build something, look at it, and then give up and just say, I'm a terrible builder. Well, it's not that you're a terrible builder. It's that you haven't practiced enough. It's that you give up too easily. You're too hard on yourself. And something in life or someone in life has taught you that you need to be perfect in the beginning. You can't make mistakes. And that's just a lie. That is a complete lie. The only way to get better at something is by doing it again and again and again. Practice. And if you were perfect at it in the beginning, you wouldn't need practice, okay? So that's one thing that I've done. I've built a lot. Another thing I've done is I've watched a lot of really good builders. I've watched BOO, watched Cubulous, I've been on like the Hypixel server and seen the builds they have there. I've studied them, taken a lot of time looking at the builds that the Gazimo build team has done. Just look at a bunch of videos of people on the YouTube who are really good builders, known for being really good builders. I've also, like, whenever I need to build a boat or a fire station or whatever it may be in Minecraft, I will Google Minecraft fire station, Minecraft boat, or Minecraft castle. But also another thing that I would really highly suggest is that you don't just look at Minecraft builds, but look at real buildings in life and try to imagine them as Minecraft builds. And then finally, the third tip I have on being a good builder is let your imagination run wild. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to be different. And that's what I try to do, and it usually works out pretty well. All right, we have a next question, and I'm really excited for this one. This is again from Senor Dondayano, Michael Dondayano. He asks, Cube, or he says and asks, Cube, you said you were a big Star Wars fan in your last episode. What are your thoughts on the new J.J. Abrams Star Wars 7 film? Well, you know, Michael, I'm glad you asked. I am very excited, especially after the trailer that was shown, that they released in December. Was it December? Has it been that long? I like that they're using physical models and they're not using as much CGI. I'm really excited about that. I like that they have kind of returned to the design aesthetics of the original trilogy, which I think is great. But more than anything, I trust J.J. Abrams. I know a lot of people didn't think he did a good job with Star Trek, and I see their points. Like, what he did with Star Trek kind of wasn't very Star Trek-ish, if you know what I mean. It was more like Star Wars Trek. But if you think about that, that bodes well for Episode 7. I think JJ is a huge Star Wars fan. Well, I know he is. And I know that the movie is going to move at lightning speed, just like the original Star Wars did, although these days it doesn't seem like it did. But back then, it felt like it did. And, let's see, do we do that? Yeah, why not? Maybe, baby? I can't remember. Anyway, so I have high hopes for Episode 7. I think it's going to be amazing. I freaking love, that the leads in Episode 7 are a Latino man, a black man, and a woman. A white woman. Nothing against white men. I'm not one of those people that believes in guilting a certain race for anything. But if you think about it, like, there definitely is a lack of leads in Hollywood for women and people of minority status. So, you know, I'm excited about it. And I'm excited to see, I mean, I'm a minority myself, so I'm excited to see a Latino man in Star Wars. It's going to be awesome. All right, well, the hull and the body and the hull and the body of the boat is finished. I don't know anything about boats, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to call it the hull. Now all that's left to do is the mizzen mast, the main mast, and... I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about. The mainmast. The main mast is going to go there. I think the mizzen mast... I don't think it has a mizzen mast. I don't even know what a mizzen mast is. But it is going to have a flag on the back and a big white sail and then another sail going up there. So let's go start building that and we'll answer another question. Next question comes from Grim Vixen. And she asks, what are your favorite foods and color? She has a few questions. I'm going to answer all of them because she's really nice. My favorite food is chicken. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There we go. My favorite food is chicken. And my favorite color is red. She also asks, if you could travel anywhere in the world or outside the world, where would you go and why? I would travel among the stars because I really want to see life on other worlds. I know a lot of you don't believe in that. I believe there's life out there somewhere. It's such a huge universe. There's got to be a planet out there in the infinities where there are other people, other creatures living, I would love to do that. And then the last question she has for me is, during the cold, bitter winter days and nights, what makes you feel warm and cozy? My blanket that I got for Christmas. I have a what is it called? Microfiber blanket. It's red, my favorite color. I love it. That helps me feel warm and cozy. Hot chocolate. People I love. Knowing that I'm loved. All those cheesy things. Yeah, that'd have to be my answer. All right. I will keep building, working on the boat, and then I will see you back here to answer another question. All right. We are getting very dangerously close to finishing our new home. All we need now is to finish the mast with the flag on it, and then there are a couple sails. There's one that goes like this, bloop, and then there's a sail that goes right there. So, in order to do that, I need some wool, woolly wool, and fortunately, I happen to have the beginnings of a sheep farm. So while we do that, let's go ahead and answer another question. I'm going to make some shears and then we'll answer a few more questions. All right, we have 2 questions left. The first one is from Viperian NZ. And Viperian asks, how long did it take you to get to, say, 100 subs? This is a multi-part question, so I'm going to answer each part individually. To get to 100 subs, it took me about a year. I think. I really think it took me that long. It took a very long time, and I didn't get there until I had some exposure. When I first joined the Wolf Pride server, which was my first interaction with Jason the Nicest, I think I had 45 subs. That's it. And then even after joining the Wolf Pride, until the day that Flyboys started, I had 199 subs. 199 subscribers. So I owe a lot to Jason the Nicest and to B-Dubs. In fact, I owe everything to them. And, well, not everything. I owe a lot to them, and everything else I owe to you guys. Alright, I'm glad this farm is coming along. So yeah, it took me about a year. From there to 1,000, well, let's see, 199 the day I owned the day I joined Flyboys, and then within 2 days I had 1,000. And then within a month I had 10,000. So it picked up pretty quickly after that. Do you think intros, outros are important? Yes and no. Okay, so this is an interesting question. Let's see, please say I have a bed in here. Let's make it a daytime, shall we? Oh my gosh, I don't. Let's get back to the boat. I think that intros and outros depend entirely on you. Your personality, your style. For example, PSJ doesn't really do intros and outros. He doesn't need to. Every once in a while, like for Mindcrack, you kind of have that treehouse intro, but normally he doesn't really do intros and outros. Whereas a lot of my favorite YouTubers, like Cubulous, he didn't really have an intro for Attack of the B Team. Well, he kind of did. He had he didn't have like an animated intro. What he had was that, you know, that was an intro of itself. So really, I think it depends on the series. I know that's a horrible answer, but I'm going to stick with it. It depends on you and the series. I do know, though, that people don't like long intros. My very first YouTube video ever has the longest intro ever. Admiral Lemon was making fun of it, but I actually like looking back at it now. If you go back to my very first YouTube video, you'll see it. It lasts like a minute. It's pretty funny. Ladies and gentlemen, we are dangerously close to finishing the ship. The sails are complete. All we have left to do is put the flag on, and I'm ready to do it. So let's get down there. I want to see what it looks like from over here. And while we do that, let's answer the last question. This last question comes from Alex Howarth, and he asks, Who was an inspirational figure whilst you were growing up? That's actually has 2 questions. That's 1 question. I would say that an inspirational figure for me would be, you know, I didn't have a whole lot. I mean, obviously my parents were very inspirational, but growing up, to be brutally honest, oh, do I still have? Yeah, I do. Thank you. There weren't a lot of adults that really inspired me. I felt like I was surrounded by people who just kind of went through the motions. Other than my parents, of course. I love my parents. That's kind of the standard answer. Wow, I am out of food. But once I got into college, I met a teacher, and she believed in me. And she took me under her wing, and I remember one of the most inspiring things she ever said to me was, so I, there was something I needed to get better at, right? And I'd been hearing kind of my whole life that I wasn't good at this or I wasn't good at that. So she said, she was completely honest, and she said, basically what she said was, yeah, that's true, you're not very good at that thing, but you will get better. The most inspirational thing anyone's ever said to me in my entire life is, well, here's why. Because 1, she didn't sugarcoat it. She basically said, yeah, kid, or yeah, cube, you are bad at that, and you need to get better at it. I mean, she didn't say, oh, she didn't try to sugarcoat it, which was awesome. But then she did say, but you will get better. She believed in me, essentially, is what it comes down to. And because she believed in me, I was able to improve. And I did graduate from college, and I got good grades. So she still to this day is maybe the most inspirational figure of my entire life. And I'll always be grateful to her. And then the last part of Alex's question is, do you collect anything? For example, I collect model buses. First of all, Alex, that's really cool that you collect model buses. Oh, ow, I didn't realize I was in danger there. You know, I don't collect anything. But what I'd like to collect are model trains. Let's see, is that? Let me have a look. Let's go. I think that may be the flag. That may be the flag that I want. It's not like the one I put in creative, or that I designed in creative. Oh, to end the episode, I did want to say one other thing about the question about building. There's 2 other things I'd say. 1, if you can, go into creative and build it there first. It will save you so much time. Like this boat, I built in creative first. I know Zisto doesn't always do it that way. So really just stay true to who you are. But also, I mean, as far as your build style goes, and that leads to the last thing I'm going to say about building. Build what you think looks good. For example, I like the look of that boat. And there's nothing wrong with me liking what I build. That's not arrogant. It's just, you should like the things you build. You shouldn't dislike what you build. Alright guys, what a beautiful night. As the moon sets and the sun rises, I thought we'd take one last look at the ship in the distance. Thank you very much for this episode. I really appreciate the questions. I look forward to doing it again sometime. And I hope wherever you are in the world, you are having a fabulous day. And I will see you next episode. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.